Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Dicing with Death.
Welcome back. Selkie weaves her way through alleys, city streets, winding through Solstace. Creep up marble steps from the docks to the quarter above. Popping out underneath in the awning of an old stone building. And I guess you turn to your right, slipping down an alley, walking through muddy streets along the edge of this wall. In the distance, you can hear a rabble of townsfolk, but you're alone for the time being.
Perfect. You're saying the wall is 10 feet above the height of the ceiling of the roof?
Yeah, from here you can kind of look down onto the roof of the warehouse.
Are there any windows that I can see through?
No. There are no windows on top of the building.
Okay. And this building over here, this one is at sea level?
It is down below at sea level, but there is a small, all your doodles are in the way. There's like a wooden structure connecting to this top here.
Okay. I would like to walk up to that wooden structure and take a look at it.
Yeah, all of these Bodhi doodles don't quite make sense. There probably shouldn't be rowboats here unless I need to reimagine the way the city, reimagine my own city based on the art, which sometimes I do.
They could be docked at the bottom of a cliff.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll ignore them for now. So this structure here, it's like a wooden staircase weaving down the side of the cliff to entering this building.
I'll glance around me. Is there anyone back over here that I can see? Or that could see me if I were on the staircase?
There are people milling about.
Are any of them shorter of stature? They look like they might like singing songs and working in a mine.
Have you can roll with your perception check earlier. There is you do see a dwarf pounding away at a forge hammer. Out here underneath the smoke.
Interesting. I will head over to that dwarf pounding in the forge underneath the smoke.
Yeah. He looks up at you approach, wipes the sweat from his brow, and sets down a hammer.
Good morning, Master Dwarf.
Morning, Missy.
I was wondering...
Can I help you?
Yeah. I was wondering if you could tell me anything about the dwarves who work back there. I say, pointing to the building and the staircase. I bought some gear from them yesterday, and I had a question about it, but I haven't been able to find them to ask them about it.
Look side to side. Can't say I know of any dwarves down below there.
I see. I look a little dejected.
Okay. If you'll excuse me, I've got some work to get back to.
Of course. Is that not their... I'm sorry, one more question. You must see people go up and down that staircase. If it's not dwarves, maybe I have the wrong building. Who comes up and down that staircase?
I'm sorry, miss. I've got work to get back to. If you're interested in any of my wares, you can talk to one of the apprentices.
Of course.
And he proceeds to return to his hammer and anvil.
That guy was
throws
sketchy
whatever
as
he's
fuck.
working in back in the forge and continues hammering.
All right, I will head back over here. I will not go down the staircase. I will head back this direction to put this building between me and the forger. And then I want to... I'm not going to investigate any of these things in the middle of the day. That'd be too easy to spot me. So instead, I want to... Ooh, come on now. What do I want to do? I want to observe the area for a while, so I think I'm going to head back down to the docks by whatever route.
Yeah. Maybe let's say there's a nice slope to this area. So like this area is 40 feet up, and then it slopes down to the waterfront over here.
Okay. In which case, I'll still come back over to this side, and I will try and hang out on either this pier or this pier, probably walking back and forth between the two, and spend the rest of the day snacking on things and keeping an eye on these two buildings. Hopefully to see if I can see anyone coming or going. And if this building is 40 feet up and 10 feet below this area, I'm hoping I might be able to get an angle to also see if anyone would be coming down this staircase back here. I'm not sure if the angles work out or not.
No, you can't see up on top there. You're largely ignored. You're often asked to move if you're hanging around on these docks.
I'll happily bop out of the way. How much does it cost to eat for a day on the docks?
Several copper, depending on how nicely you want to eat.
Is 5 copper a reasonable amount?
Yeah, you can eat your fill. You're probably pretty hungry from being underfed yesterday. So
Yeah.
buy you a fish pie and
Yeah.
maybe some other bits and pieces of seafood.
Easy peasy.
Let's see. At about midday, you see the warehouse door creak open.
Ooh.
And an armed man sort of steps out and actually meets with another.
What sort of, you say armed. Can you give me a brief once-over?
Wearing boiled leather, the bucket helm, cudgel by his side, and meets with a man in same uniform. They sort of switch places. One of them leaves, one of them enters, and the warehouse door closes shut.
Excellent. The person who is now standing guard, are they right at the doors? Where are they?
They enter the warehouse.
Oh, someone enters and then someone else exits?
Yeah.
Okay.
Opposite order, but yeah.
And the dwarf that exits, or person? Dwarf?
Human. Human size.
Excellent. I'd like to follow them.
Okay. They walk a little ways down the dock. I mean, you see them from here. Yeah, so you
I
don't
will start
exactly
walking
follow
down
them.
the
You
dock,
walk towards them. Yeah, they walk a little ways down the dock. And stop by one of the food vendor stands. And yeah, I guess you come upon them as they're in the process of purchasing a meat pie.
Zoom. The new Zoom function went away.
What? There's a little plus minus arrow.
Now, I just refreshed my browser and it's gone.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Are they patching as we complain?
Maybe. Yeah, I'm back to the original Zoom bars and everything. Maybe our complaints were heard. Maybe new is not always better. I don't know.
What the hell? I kind of like the new Zoom feature. Just kind of glitched out the
Put it back real
panning.
quick. Undo, re-undo. Oh, here's a tweet for them from 9 minutes ago. Yesterday we released an update to the Zoom tool. Unfortunately, the update missed the mark and more critically created usability issues. Decided to roll back the update and revert to the previous version. This year blog for more info. Okay. Apparently started to break things.
Are they watching our stream? The all-seeing eye of Roll20. In any case, you see this guard leaning against a pylon, eating a pie.
Yeah. This is as far as you got, this blue line?
A little further past, yeah, maybe somewhere around here.
All right, so then I will start to walk down this shop, this street, looking for sellers of food, and I want to stop at a food vendor and observe their wares for a little while with some copper coins in my pocket, in my hand, and wait for that person to move, and then I'll buy whatever they have and follow. Is the person moving? Are they chilling? What are they doing? Describe them to me.
They are absent-mindedly leaning against a pylon, looking out over the sea. Chewing on a pie.
I will get myself some food and
5 minutes or so. Maybe you cut your purchase short. Like, oh shit, never mind. As you see them turn and start to walk sort of back up this way.
I don't know what back. Oh, that way. Okay. Yeah. So I will
Scarfs down his pie and then heads, between these buildings up into the docks district.
I'll grab whatever food I was going to order, and if it's ready to go, and then follow along.
I don't think this is like as you were deciding to purchase something. I think you cancel your order and go running.
Perfect. I will go ahead and use my hide proficiency to get ready to jump into some sort of cover or behind a building as needed. So you can tell me if he is going to look at me or if I need to make a hide check or whatever.
Go ahead and make your hide.
Okay, so what sort of cover is around? Because a hide check is dependent on available cover nearby.
I kind of hate all these situational modifiers. I think I'd rather just have you roll a straight hide check unless it matters, but...
All right, then.
I'd almost rather use these to lawyer
Sure.
rather than...
1d20 plus 10 for the hide check.
Yeah, there's probably abundant cover.
So I'll argue
really wanted, you could
for
take
some
a plus.
extra cover. Cause
What's reactionary cover?
That's like if you have to, if you have time to hide before they show up, like I'm in a warehouse and I hear someone at the door and they're unlocking the door, I've got some extra time to cover, would be prepared. And reactionary cover is like all of a sudden someone whirls
so
around.
I think it's just no bonuses, no penalties. I think the reactionary cover, there's abundant cover, but it's reactionary. As in there's a lot of things to hide behind, but you're trying to move while you're doing it. So if he turns around, you're reacting and jumping behind the abundant cover. So
Perfect.
Just your flat roll.
Perfect. 21.
Yeah. It's fine. Nobody sees you. Roll a charisma check again to navigate these city streets.
28, but hopefully I'm being able to follow this guy.
That's what the charisma check was for, right? So you're hidden, but like, do you lose him in the crowds or in the winding streets?
Okay. All right. Well, I will follow along.
Yeah.
Oops.
You follow him up the stairs, out of the dock, back down this main thoroughfare, into this large fortified building.
Ooh, what's in here? What is this building?
It looks like a fortress or a keep, perhaps a garrison. He's not a dwarf. You don't see any dwarves. There are a couple of humans.
Guard? Oh, this was a human guard?
These are all humans. This is you see several people dressed more or less like him in boiled leather or metal bucket helms. He approaches the building, nods to the guards by the door, and enters.
Okay. I will go ahead and just walk past the building as I'm following this guy, as if I was heading in this direction the whole time. Mm-hmm. And I want to get a scout around the building.
Oh.
So, most importantly, like, how tall is this keep?
God, that's enormous.
Well, the streets are enormous too.
Yeah.
Like thoroughfares of 140 feet wide.
Yeah. It's less than 50 feet tall, maybe. The tower turret is a little taller.
Keep is less than 50 feet tall. Turret is taller. Okay, and it looks like a warehouse, or not a warehouse, a keep or a garrison.
Yeah, I'll let you draw your own conclusions. It's a massive stone building. It is actually built up brick by brick. So it's what would you call it? Like stones? I don't know. It's a typical stone building.
Okay.
Which doesn't match most of the architecture here.
Right, because most of the buildings that are made of stone are made from one solid piece of stone, whereas this is made of cobbled together stones.
Yes, exactly. There are parapets on the top.
Mm-hmm.
Smoke billowing from chimneys, a chimney, and a round turret on the southwest side of the building that probably stands more like 60 or 70 feet tall.
Okay.
And if you're watching long enough, you will see several men on the wall, or on the parapets.
Does it look like there is a courtyard beyond the parapet, or like the parapets and then rooftops? Can I even tell?
I don't know how you would be able to tell. I guess you see guards sort of like disappearing from sight, so it looks like there's an ample walking room on top.
Okay, yeah.
Like there's room for a guard to be looking over the parapet and then like walk backwards out of sight.
Right. It's not like a sudden drop off where they. Okay. Okay. Excellent. And I am not a native to this town, so it's understandable that I might not know the function of this building and how it's integrated to everything else. But it's interesting of me to see this happen. Then Selkie comes to this conclusion that maybe these are actual legitimate officers of the law who have been sent to guard that warehouse. So, I would like to walk around the block, like, in order to make it seem like I've been gone for a while. I want to actually, like, walk down over here, cut through some back streets. You'll see my line in just a minute. And, like, take an unnecessarily long route to come back here and then walk past these people again.
10, 15 minutes. Wandering through the city.
Yeah, and then wander past these people and look at the building with some sort of like marvel in my eyes, and walk up to one of the guards at the front door.
How can we help you?
Hi there. I'm new to the city and I'm just wondering what this building is.
This is garrison.
For the whole city? Wow. You must have your hands full.
City watch.
I smile and keep walking. What I thought it was. Interesting. So now the next thing I need to solve is, are the City Watch working with the dwarves? And it's sort of like a corruption thing? Or are they like guarding the dwarven place to keep the dwarves from coming back here? And these are actually my allies. So I gotta head right back down to the docks.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to not head there yet. I'm gonna head up the street, and I want to buy. Let's see. I want to find someone that's selling food. Maybe someone that's just got like a tray of mussels or of cakes or whatever. Someone that's got a mobile handheld container of a bunch of food, and I want to buy the whole container and the thing they hold it with, so that I can just take their like work uniform.
There are plenty of fishmongers walking up and down the docks. So young kids with trays of cockles, oysters, mussels.
I will snag a nearby cockler and be like, "Hey kid, I'll buy all your cocklemongers. The cocklemonger.
I'm the cocklemonger.
Kid, I want to buy your shit. Give me all of your food and your tray. How much does it cost?
The whole tray?
Whole tray.
There's like one serving left. There's just like a few things left on the tray. Like the tray? It's like
the tray
a copper,
and the servings.
A copper for the last of it. You want my tray?
Yes. What's
like
a reasonable price?
The
literally the tray. What's a reasonable price, kid?
Silver?
I hand him 10. Perfect. And I give him a silver. That's exactly what I was going to pay him.
Mm-hmm. He scratches his head.
And then I will turn around and cockles down the street. But also walking too quickly and not making eye contact. And if anyone comes up to get a cockle, I just keep walking away.
Okay.
Trying to be a terrible server. Ignoring wanting customers.
Roll a disguise check? I don't know. See how well you pretend to be a cockmonger.
Cocklemonger, Ryan.
Oh.
Not selling other things. Disguise 18. Voila.
You make an excellent monger.
Mm-hmm.
People, maybe you've only got a few things left. No one wants to buy the last.
No one ever wants to buy the last
things.
one. It's terrible.
But you shoo away people, and you're able to sort of walk up and down the docks.
Perfect. I will
Yammering about your cockles.
Head to the door and give it a knock and go, "Cockles! Anyone inside want cockles?"
If you're persistent, there will be a "Go away!" from the inside.
But I have cockles!
You don't want your cockles. Go away.
Can I tell if it's that same human's voice? Is it multiple people? What can I hear about it?
Well, I slipped up and said "we," but you only hear one voice. It sounds like they're fluently speaking the common tongue.
Okay. No accents in there that I can detect?
I mean, you're not from here, so everyone has an accent, right?
That's a good point. Okay. All right. That is interesting. So I guess I will walk back up the street and pause at the cockle tray in an alleyway somewhere. And just leave it. Well, this is day one. I will happily watch the warehouse for the rest of the day. I think that's all the stuff that I want to do today. I want to make sure before I do any of this warehouse poking around that I'm at full HP. So as I said before, I want to take 4 days to do all this. I think this was day one. Very successful day.
So
learned a lot.
There's no activity at the warehouse throughout the day. You while away the hours by the docks, watching the ships come and go. As the sun begins to set, where does Selkie go to retire? Or do you stay down here on the docks into the evening?
Yeah. Tonight, I will... Well, I do want to gain HP, so I don't want to... How do we feel about gaining HP when you don't go back to your house at night?
As long as you're comfortable and you rest, you can gain HP. I think sleeping on the streets of the dock will not be restful. So
Yeah.
you'll be unlikely to gain much HP sitting here.
That's what I thought.
A tavern would be fine. If you get lucky and you camp out in an alley, maybe you could get some rest, but you're likely to be disturbed or...
Yeah. The reason I'd want to
stressed.
stay here would be to be able to keep an eye on it throughout the night. But I don't think I want to... I think the only way to do that and sleep would be to sleep at the door. So I'd be awoken if anyone walks nearby. Oh, so maybe I'll just put on one of my old... I'll revert to my old woman disguise. I'll hop into a phone booth and change my outfit real quickly. And then come on back. And curl up near the front door in my old woman disguise. And I'll get a little bit snuggly. And go ahead and try and pass out
About
right next
when
to
are
the door.
you doing this?
I will do this after the sun has gone down. And then I'll just do it when it's dark out, navigating by town
Roll up,
lights.
roll a perception check.
Here is my perception. Here we go. Terrible.
No.
Absolutely terrible.
All right. You miss it, and roll a disguise, I guess, to see. I don't know that it'll matter, but to see how well you revert back to your old lady disguise. Maybe eventually we can find a way to give you I don't know, once you've gotten good enough at a particular disguise to be able to do it. Yeah, I don't know how to, because it seems silly to make you roll a disguise check every time you turn into the old lady.
That does seem a little
Like
weird.
cumulative bonuses or just a passive disguise. But I guess it is maybe you'd mess something up. Yeah, I don't know. All right, so you pull your cloak around you. Do you ditch your leather armor, or is that just underneath your robe?
I think it's underneath my robe. My old lady disguise is very bulky and baggy in intent.
All right, and you curl up in front of the double doors of the warehouse.
Yes,
Okay.
I do.
And attempt to get some rest.
Yes.
Perception check botched. I think maybe you just conk out
That's unfortunate.
and sleep through the night.
All right.
Come morning, you're roused by a boot. Oi! Move along.
Oh, I'm so
Move along.
sorry.
There's a guard in boiled leather towering over you, prodding you with a cudgel.
I will
Move along, ma'am.
struggle to get up as if I actually am an old woman, taking more time than I probably need to, and slowly get to my feet and do some head bows and I'm so sorry and skedaddle. Is this another human?
It is a human.
It looks like another member of the City Watch.
It does.
And
There's
as
actually two of them, and the warehouse door is cracked open.
as I get to my
Actually, it
feet,
was
and
maybe cracking open, and someone's emerging.
I look at the blurry-eyed.
What's going on out here?
Oh, are you members of the City Watch? I'm so sorry. Oh, what is this
Fine.
place?
Find somewhere else to beg, and you get a jab to the ribs with your cudgel. Or find somewhere else to sleep.
Oh, can I sleep inside?
I said get, and they give you a gentle shove away.
I will hobble away slowly, and as I walk away, I will cock my head to the side and try and listen in to see if there's anything that they're saying as I slowly walk away. Old woman face.
One of them steps inside, and the door shuts. Another stays outside, and sort of follows you, escorts you as you leave the building. Walk away from the building.
Okay, I will start to cut into that alley
Okay.
and see if he's still following me.
He is.
Then I will slip into some sort of alleyway over here and plop down, and
Yeah, that's fine. He keeps walking past you.
I will
That away.
do my change, my phone booth change.
Oh shit!
Killed me.
You.
Selkie's dead. Game over.
Oh god, why did? Oh, that's not right. You do gain some HP.
Lovely.
I think I'll make it just one. You got some sleep, but it was cold.
It's all right.
Made
One
well
HP is
during
all
the day, but didn't quite get dinner. Yeah, you just gain 1 HP.
That's all I expect to gain. And I will do the same follow behind this guy. I know I have to change my clothes, so he might get ahead of me, but I
guess it can be disguised. Roll disguise to change quickly enough to catch up with him.
35.
All right, like Superman in a photo booth. All right, and so you change quickly and follow him down the street. He returns to the garrison.
That's what I thought. I just wanted to double check. Cool. So it seems like we definitely have a correlation between the dwarf fortress and the human fortress. The only question is, are the humans the goodies or the baddies? And I need answers to that question before, because if these are like the City Watch, and City Watch is supposed to be watching this warehouse, then spying on them is a waste of time. So I need answers. So I'm going to head back to the library, and I'm going to go talk to said Sunblade.
All right, where do you go? So up front of the library, there are massive sandstone steps leading under columns into this enormous building.
Yes, they are. I will walk up to the building, look to see if there's a guard on the steps.
You don't see obvious guards. There are people milling about. Any scholars in robes.
Perhaps? Yes. Ooh, perfect. Yeah. I will approach a scholar in robes, and I will say, "Excuse me, scholar in robes."
Say, walking down the steps away from the library. Yes. He turns to look at you.
Where can I find the office of the Sunblade?
He points to this large sandstone tower over behind your right shoulder.
I will smile and give a half curtsy and head on over.
So yeah, you can double, you have to double out unless you like try and pull some slippy shenanigans, like the main entrance would be out and around the block.
Oh, that's fine. I wasn't zoomed down or scrolled down far.
Yeah, I mean you just like teleported.
Yeah. All right, I walk around.
So if you like, you can walk around the block.
It's fine. I'm not in a hurry.
Come to this main entrance. Yeah, there's a large stone door that is shut with no obvious means of opening.
That's why I knock on it.
Yeah, and there's no one really around. Let's see. Yeah. It's hard to make it even make a sound.
Hello! I call at the edge of the door.
Yeah. Alas, there's no response. You appear to be alone on the street. In front of you is an enormous sandstone tower. I don't know if this map is to scale. But it is squat, but tall. Totally smooth. You don't see any seams or anything.
Are there windows?
There are windows dotting the side of the tower going up.
I'm not going to scale the tower to get into the window. So I will walk around the building a few times trying to find a place to knock. And then I'll just head back into the library if I can't.
There are windows, but there's no other entrance. You kind of have to jump over. I guess it's probably just a small lip right here at the edge of the road. So not a significant obstacle.
Hmm.
You can kind of jump out or jump over and sort of circle around. This area seems relatively unoccupied. Like there's not much activity going around. You can like circle around the building, and there's no one really about.
Mm-hmm.
No other obvious entrance. It is adjoined to the library.
Okay. Well, if there's no other obvious entrance, I will check the front door one more time, and then I will grumble to myself and go into the library and see if there's a library entrance, which
You
I
can
believe
walk.
there is.
Yeah, you can walk right up the steps
Hmm?
to the library. The doors are open, and you enter, and you see a massive hall before you, lined with shelves that are in turn lined with books.
Mm-hmm. I
Scrawny men in robes putt through the aisles, pulling books that are chained to the shelves and sort of looking at them.
Mm-hmm. I will take a hard right and see if I can find an entrance into the tower.
Yeah, the back corner of this sort of abuts the tower,
Mm-hmm.
and sort of like angled against the wall, there is an oaken door.
Hmm. I walk up to the door and give it a knock.
No immediate response. I think seeing you standing outside the door, a robed figure approaches. Says, "Are you looking for something?"
The Sunblade.
I don't know if he's in, but one story up. And he sort of opens the wooden door, which is unlocked.
I give him
Opens it
a
for you.
smile and a curtsy, and then I will walk on into the building.
Is this like first thing in the morning?
No. Yeah, I watched that guy. I followed him to that place, and then I walked on. Yeah, so this must be early in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I will head on in and head on up to his office.
All right. You go up like a half flight of stairs to another oaken door.
Mm-hmm. I knock on this door.
Who is it? A voice from the other side says,
Just an old woman! I cry out.
You hear some scuffling from the other side. And a minute or so later, the door opens, and before you is the Sunblade. In,
I smile at him.
Orange robes, with his helm on.
Mm-hmm. Just an old woman, I say again.
Are you back in your old woman disguise?
Nope.
Oh, yeah.
Nope,
No,
I'm
you're
dressed as just a regular person.
You're obviously yourself. You took your disguise off, so you're just making an old woman noise.
Yeah, I'm just making the old woman noise. I'm trying to be friendly with him.
What are you doing
Maestro.
here? He like looks out into the hallway and up and down the stairs and come in.
I will step on
Steps
in.
back. He shuts the door behind you. This is a small and simple office. There is a bamboo screen
Mhm.
blocking like the backside of the room. Up here, there is a large stone desk, a couple of chairs. He sits behind the desk, removes his helm,
Mhm.
and sets it on the table. His hair is slightly disheveled,
Mhm.
and
I give him a
what is
curious
it?
look. His hair's disheveled. Is it because he was just wearing a helmet, or does he look like he didn't sleep last night? Can I make a charisma check to see
I
if
suppose,
I can
yeah.
get anything out of this? 24?
It could be the helmet. He doesn't look. He looks well rested enough. Maybe he didn't get a chance to comb his hair. Maybe you interrupted him as he was getting ready.
Got it. Well then, I will say just to him, I was investigating like you asked me to, and I needed
Narrows
some
his eyes.
information. There's a whole bunch of city watch hanging around the warehouse, but they don't hang out around the outside. They only hang around the inside. They leave and come quickly, but not very often. Do you know if the City Watch has taken over that building, or if those are people working both sides?
He nods. The City Watch. I've told the City Watch to keep an eye on the warehouse. There's probably someone posted up inside.
Can you tell them to let me inside?
Why would I do that?
So I can better look around inside? You asked me to scout out this information and report back to you with anything that I've seen, so it would be very helpful to both of us if I could get access to the inside of the building and look around there.
I recall making no such requests.
You said to keep you appraised of any developments or anything I find out. That's asking me to look in.
I suggested you steer clear. And
then you said
safe.
that I should report anything to you that I find out, which is the same as saying investigate it without getting yourself into trouble or danger. So, I've been doing that. Could you get me access to the inside?
He stares you down. I'll roll a charisma check.
Check 15.
I don't see any reason why you need to get back inside that warehouse. We all remember what happened last time you went there.
I look at him. Make my eyes big. Sad. I start to quiver my cheeks.
His face is unwavering as the stone walls around you.
I sniffle. I thought we had an agreement, a deal that you needed my help and I was going to help and you were going to teach. You said you were going to teach me the tricks of the diviners, but I just thought that this was just the way it was going to go. And I
have little need of you, and I'm sorry if you misunderstood. Perhaps it'd be best if you left. He stands up and goes towards the door.
I leave.
He opens the door for you.
Well, I'm going to start a new quest. I head out into the city, and I guess I will look for something else to do. So I'll head back down to the docks and change back into my old lady outfit. Find a spot on the docks to watch the people walk by, and something compelling. Something interesting. Something better than watching people walk around.
I moved you down to the docks area. You can set yourself up somewhere if you'd like.
Yes, I will. Down on the docks. What do I want to do? Oh, I guess we're just about at our second break here, so why don't we take a break, and when we come back, I will try and find us something to do.
We're just dropping the ball on cliffhangers this episode.
Well,
come see you on the other side, where maybe we'll find something to do.
I don't know. What else am I supposed to do? I guess we'll see.
I jest.